How's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Brown Munde podcast. You've got myself, Afzal. I've got Akil Banksy with me today. And as always, we're about representation. We're about bringing people out and trying to show the world that us Apne can be football fans too. This is our sport as well. And just trying to show that football is really quite a global game. Quite a universal game as well, no matter your colour, your religion, your creed, whatever. And I think our guest today really does accentuate that. So we have Shweta with us today. Just a bit of a background on how we got her on is Shweta went to a game at Old Trafford with her brother. And it was that tweet I saw about obviously being in India, watching games at 3 a.m. And I was like, we need this girl on. Like, we need to make this happen because that's us. That's how we relate to things. And yeah, that's it, people. We're going to go straight into it. So, as always, first question, Shweta, like, you're an Asian female.
Yeah.
What brought you into football? And more specifically, what brought you into Manchester United?
Firstly, hi guys. Thank you for having me here.
No worries. No worries.
I used to be a kid. My brother is actually like a proper massive Man United fan, and I remember being a kid and like just following his footsteps. He was watching a match, and I saw a free kick, and I was like, "Oh, this sport seems interesting," and just started religiously following him. And it was also like a proper bonding time between him and me. Like he would play FIFA, and I would just cheer him up, and yeah, it was growing up, it became like a family thing. I remember my mom would be like, after Sir Alex retired, like, oh, why is that man who always chews gum and points at his watch not on our screens? Yeah, it's been a ride supporting United. And I was like, okay, Man United fans, if you're a United fan, you're loyal. So we'll be good friends. So yeah, all good. And like you said, watching football at 3 a.m. in India, it's a lot. Like, like you're that passionate, especially Champions League matches or like Europa League. I remember uh, watching your team going to penalties all in all. It was 5 a.m. I remember.
Yeah.
And then we lost. I did not go to work the next day. I was like, not happening. This is affecting our mental health a lot as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, football is something I think it brought my brother and me really close together. And I honestly, one of the reasons I moved to the UK, like as a master's student, I applied to Manchester Business School as well. I got in just for the sake of United, even if I did not want to want to like study there. I just applied for the sake of Man United. But yeah, like he was the reason I got into football. So when I started like living in London and like working here, he came to visit me and was like, I'm gonna take you to Old Trafford. It's like a dream of every Asian fan. I'm not just saying Indian. Like I think a lot of my friends, whenever they'll go to their like respective clubs, football stadium, it's like a religious journey for them.
They
That's
want
how.
they want that photo in front of the stadium, don't they? That's the iconic
Yeah,
Asian photo for an Asian to be
it
in front of
is.
the stadium, take his picture, put it on social media. And you've got that with your brother as well.
Yeah, that was. Did you guys see that? I think it was for the FA Cup semi-final. Uh, I think there was this fan from Mongolia. He actually cycled all the
He
way
Cycled
from
all the
cycled,
way.
Mongolia
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
to
Cycled all the way.
Manchester. That's how dedicated fans are,
Yeah.
like Asian fans are. But I understand, like people are like, "Oh, you're not from Manchester. Why are you supporting Man United?" It's just that we have like I'm from India, so we
Mm,
have like ISL right now, and we
yeah.
support our football teams. But while growing up, like Indian football team, it's not ranked that high. We only go for Asian Confederation Cup and everything. But yeah, we follow. I apart from cricket, I think football is a really big thing in Asian countries, South Asian countries as well. Mostly, like starting from Bundesliga to La Liga to PL, everyone watches and loves football. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a big realization for us. I don't know if you saw one of the older podcasts. We had the official supporters club of Pakistan on, and I, every time I went to Pakistan, it's cricket this, cricket that, and I was just like, we have a supporters like it was a shock. So we reached out, we got them on, and the way they were talking about football and things, I was like, wow, like these guys are like, it's not just cricket, this is life to them, some of them. Like, I think, was it Ismail was saying to Azaki that he booked his wedding around Man United.
around the games, and
So
I
his
think
wedding day was a
yeah.
day United was during the
Yeah.
international break or something.
That
And I
is
was like, that's
crazy.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
I remember my brother, like his display pictures in every social media app is still him in front of Old Trafford right now. He was that happy. He was like a kid. He's gonna be 30 soon. He felt like a kid when he was at Old Trafford. Yeah, that was a different experience, making someone else happy. So yeah.
Does your brother still live in the UK or is he back in India?
No, he came to visit me. Like,
Okay, so
yeah,
he's still in
even if
India. Yeah.
he's in India, yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. I
So
think he
he
needs
came
to
to
visit
visit and
you.
you
Did you come
made
to
his
a
dream
game?
true.
Yeah, it's like he also helped with my
That's amazing.
like college application and everything, and I went to a nice business school here. I was like, "You made me fall in love with football, so let's get you a gift." And I took him to Old Trafford. Yeah,
That's
I
like
could not.
sister of the year.
The match was in London that day, though.
Yeah.
Like, but we went to OT for a stadium tour. He could not see a match.
Mm,
Next time, I'm taking him to a match. Yeah.
That's like
Okay, so,
sister of the
so
year.
he's been to Old Trafford, but he's not been to a live match.
No, that's
That's,
sad for him.
I mean, I hope he doesn't watch this in a way because I don't want to ruin that surprise for him. But at the same time, I hope he does watch it. um, but yeah, that is, I mean, Akil, you said it, that's sister of the year. I remember
Yeah,
when I
exactly.
first went
Yeah.
to Old Trafford,
Mm.
I think I mean, my family growing up, I'm from a single parent household, and we didn't always have money and things. And my sister had a friend who had a season ticket. I know there's a lot of controversy around season tickets right now with the new rules, so we'll ignore that. But it was for I think it was my 15th or my 16th birthday. I can't remember. And it was Manchester United versus Inter Milan. And it was when Jose was manager. And I was a big Jose fan. And it was Fergie, it was Man United. And I was in school. And my sister rings me and she says, I need you to get the bus to Manchester. And my mum used to work from home. So she always used to pick me up at 3 o'clock every day. And I'm thinking, does mum know about this? Like, because as Asian parents, we're terrified of our mums, right? And she's like, yeah, mum knows I need you to come to Manchester. So I was like, okay, cool. So I went to Manchester, went to her work, and that's when she told me, she's like, I'm taking you to Old Trafford. And I was just like, wow, like, I've only ever watched these guys on, for me, ITV, because I didn't have Sky Sports and it was just, I remember walking up the steps, it's Champions League night, the music's playing, the floodlights are on, the players come out, they're warming up, the crowd roars, and I was just like, I was so taken aback by it. And for me, that's something I'll never forget. And I hope your brother feels the same way, even though he's nearly 30 and mine was 14 years ago. I hope he feels that same way, if not better than I felt that day.
I love how your sister took you to your first football match as well. It's
And
like
she's not
we were
she's not a
talking
football
about like
fan, by the
female
way.
football fans. You
Yeah.
just people don't talk about it enough. But yeah, I love that it was a similar story. And I just like I was reminiscing my first football match at Old Trafford. It was it was after I moved to the UK. It was United Arsenal, and we hadn't won against Arsenal for quite a few years. But then we won 3-1, I remember. So that was,
Yeah.
yeah. The last match I went
This
to, we have been losing, but my first ever match, we won. So that was good.
this would have been under Ollie.
Yeah. Ole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Ollie.
But again, like that first match for you, I bet that was like,
Something
wow,
else.
like this stadium is, I know
Looking
people are
at
gonna
Stretford
make comments
End,
about the stadium, but it's
screaming
amazing.
and enjoying every minute ever was just, yeah, it was unreal.
Yeah, but you mentioned something there about female football fans. Now, none of my sisters are football fans.
Okay.
My nieces are because of me. My nephew is because of me, and my sisters have. They tolerate it. They'll sit and watch games with their kids and stuff. Now, we don't have a lot of female. Well, we do have a lot of female fans, but they're not as, like you said, it's okay to be a female football fan. There's sometimes a stigma attached to it. Or, they can't do this, they can't whatever, and the comments that get thrown around online. But more so than that, you are an Asian female fan, which is like, that's another world entirely.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about that.
I would say it's a blend and mix of both good and bad things. Like,
Mm.
honestly, like, I think my entire Twitter is about football. And I'm also like, apart from my full-time job, I also create content. So I love to mix my like love for football and fashion together. And I started doing like outfits inspired by football. Like I all of my jerseys, I would style them in different ways, and some of my tweets have gone viral and everything. And then I can relate to all the comments you receive. Like suppose when the tweet you guys found me from, Man United replied to that tweet, by the way, guys. Like I had not even
That's
tagged them.
what caught my attention.
I was over the moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, how did you guys find me? Yeah, that was something else. But that was really wholesome tweet. But then sometimes when I have like opinions about football, yeah, you of course I'm a female football fan. Have you seen that trend? I get asked if I know the offside rule. I get asked if I watch football because I fancy some footballer. It's just, or I go back to the kitchen or something. I've heard those things, but then I've been fortunate enough to like make a lot of friends through football. In a way, like back then you would have like Twitter groups, and we made WhatsApp GCs about from like people all over India, and some of them I'm like still friends with. One of them actually came like we to London, and he was like, I met him for the first time. He was like, "Do you want to go to United Fulham?" We went to United Fulham. Funny story, it was his first match ever. It was the same feeling. I have been with like two people who were it was their first experience going to Man United. One of the tickets was actually, I'll come, sorry, I'm completely diverging from the female football
No,
fans
no.
story. I'll
Go
come
for it.
back, but this is a really funny story. I need you guys to listen to it. One of the tickets was for United Fulham, one of the tickets was for United Everton. And I was like, you go. I have been to OT a lot of times. It's your first time. And it was a 3 p.m. kickoff. You cannot even see it on TV. And all the pubs, like the Blaze and everything, they're like closed. It was raining in Manchester. I'm just standing there in front of Old Trafford, calling the guy, give us like, he was a season ticket holder. Like he gave us his season tickets because he was a friend. And he was in Brazil then on a boat. He didn't pick up for 20 minutes. I was standing outside of Old Trafford in the rain for like 20 minutes, and like Manchester can be, yeah, like whatever it was.
Wow.
I was like, you go. He was like, are you sure you're a girl? I was like, no, I've been to OT a lot of times. You need to experience this.
Yeah.
I'd go or not, but then I went in. Saw us lose in the last few
So you got
minutes.
in the end.
I got in after like
Okay, that's
20
good.
minutes. I went all the way to
Wow.
Manchester, and I was like, I also got like United Everton tickets. He was like, "You want to go to another match? I'm sorry, I'll gift you like two more tickets." So got two more tickets out of it, but still, that was an experience.
I
But
mean,
then made my
fair
friend
play
who
to the
I
guy
met
you
through
took the tickets
Twitter
off.
actually, because we were both Man United fans. He was over the moon. He was happy, even if he lost. He was like, "It's his first time coming
I
from
think
India to the UK and watching
uh,
football."
what it is, I think for an Asian from another country as well, I think one of the biggest thing they want to do is just even experience the stadium, just walking out up the stairs into the seat and stuff. even on a Champions League night or Premier League, even if it's at 3 p.m., it's just the whole crowd singing, chanting, celebrating goals. I think that is an experience itself. But to actually make people's dreams come true, like your brothers did this other one as well. I think not your brothers, but hopefully we can work something out with your brother. I want to be able to. I think we should get in that afterwards. Let's just play that.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah,
but you know, the one thing that keeps coming into my head, and I can't help but think about this. So, Akil, you can relate.
Mhm.
Your mum probably goes back and forth to Pakistan.
Yeah.
How does she get them tickets? She goes to the Uncle G at the travel agents.
No. Because
Play along,
uncle...
play along.
Yeah.
I feel like we could set up like an Old Trafford travel agents.
Yeah.
For like Asian fans, and we could use Shweta as the front for that. She seems to be taking a lot of people to games.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
you want a job?
We could set that business up.
It's a business plan, guys.
Yeah.
That's it. But
you could talk about it later on.
I mean, the fact that obviously you've been to your game, you know, your own games, you're taking other people to games. That's amazing, man. Like,
because you know the feeling, how you feel when you go for the game for the first time, especially like we said, watching football at like 3 a.m., 5 a.m. But so I think like if I care about someone, they need to experience that feeling.
You know what it is? You're
not
from
nowadays,
India.
Though. Not nowadays. But yeah.
This is the thing, Shweta. You're from India. You've actually experienced it yourself, and you're willing to give other people that experience. Like I'm from the UK, and I've experienced Old Trafford as well. I live in Manchester, but for me, it's just like I don't care about anyone else taking them to a game. I care about my niece or my own family, but my friends, they can get their own tickets. But you're the one showing it, saying, "Do you want to go to a game? Do you want to go to a game?" That's massive because you're actually from India as well. And I think this is.
I did a similar thing for a Man City fan once, but I did not go to the game. No, well, my brother-in-law does visas. So someone came from India on a visa, and he was a Man City fan, and he was into football. And my brother-in-law just asked, like, he's not a football fan. He just pretends to be a Newcastle fan to wind his son up. And he was like, "Oh, what about Man City games?" So, you know, I know a few people. I'll ask about tickets. So I found some tickets, and you know, I put the guys in contact, and I don't know the guy's name.
Feels good, right?
But he got tickets to a Man City game. He was from India. He's a Man City fan. I hope he enjoyed it, but to this day, I don't know the guy's name. But yeah, I mean, look, even though it was Man City, it's a good feeling because I kind of feel like I said, football's a global game. We're spreading that. I've got to be careful. We'll call it joy.
But then you have half the fans in the stadium as Old Trafford at the Etihad, so it's not the same feeling going to Etihad.
Yeah. You know, they're a little bit smaller than us. But another thing I want to touch on.
Let's not go there.
Let's not.
Right now, let's not talk about that. Wait, they want to travel?
No, they didn't.
They never talk about it.
No,
they never really talk about it.
No.
I see people talk about 1999, but never about another treble. But anyway, so you went to United Arsenal. Now that's a massive game. Obviously,
yeah. I also went to United Arsenal at Emirates, the last one.
Oh,
that was a sad experience.
Yeah,
we played really well. We played
the game that we lost.
I was sitting amongst Arsenal fans at Emirates because my friend is an Arsenal fan. He's like, "Do you want to come with me?" And I went with him. But then, we lost. So, yeah.
As long as it would have been worse if we won and you started celebrating.
Yeah.
Especially sat with Arsenal fans.
I cannot do that.
That would have been dangerous. But
no, not happening. I cannot even wear my United shirts or everything here in London if I'm sitting in away, not in away fan zone. Yeah.
No, that's probably the safe option.
Even if I'm a girl, I'm gonna be beaten up. So I know that.
That's it. So, I mean, we don't condone that, by the way. You know, Just want to get that out
Yeah,
there.
it's football fans can be extreme. Yeah.
So
But
you were staying up until 3, 4, 5 a.m. watching football. Did you ever get in any trouble from your parents?
maybe when we were kids, but as we grew up, they knew. I know my mom would always be like, when you watch football, you shout at the TV. When I do that, she'll be like, you sometimes forget that you're a girl. I was like, no one cares. Look at my shit team.
This
Look
is
at
what
what
I
the
was
referee
gonna.
is doing. That
This
is
is what
not
I was
okay.
gonna.
And I
This is
would
what I
shout
was
fuck
gonna
at
say.
the TV so much.
This is what I was gonna say. Like your mom must have shouted as in like you're a female, you're a girl, do girl things, not boy things. I mean,
I
but
get
now,
shouted at now for screaming at the TV.
yeah, I know. But now it's just like if you go into 2020 to 2014, you got female playing, you got Asian female playing. What's that Asian female played who just won the cup for Derby? After is it Ria? Ria
Kira
something. So
Rai.
she's yeah. So Kiva Rai, she's a Sikh um Asian woman who plays for Derby County. She
Okay.
just won a cup for Derby County, which is massive, and I think it's all over Sky Sports News. I think. But this is the thing, like even females, like for me, I think it's equal. Females are male, but I think for me, females a bit higher. I got a lot of respect for females, even you as well. But
I think
overall,
especially female
yeah,
fans is
yeah,
because I mean we take a lot of stick on social
mm,
media,
mm,
but we've had likes of Hannah on here, we've had Emma on here, obviously now we've
mm,
got Shweta on here as well. I've seen the comments that them two get.
yeah,
I've not really seen too many of the comments you get. I had a brief scan of your um,
profile.
profile and stuff just to sort of pick out things to talk about and do my research a bit.
Yeah.
And obviously there's negative comments and stuff, and it's like, how does that affect you? Like if you see something, like how does that make you feel? Is it something you see it and you just think, do you just laugh at it, or is it something that sticks with you a bit?
Yeah, like I think I've been in this social media field for a long time that I've grown a thick skin. I don't care. I actually laugh at them
Mm,
right now. But maybe like teenage Shweta would have been worried and it would have affected her. But right now it doesn't. Like I'll give you two examples. It also depends on what kind of tweet it is. Like the me taking my brother to the Old Trafford tweet, it was like really wholesome. So
mm,
it was like people were like praising and like I wish I had a sister like that. But then I actually did a collab with Puma once, and it was like me wearing a sari and playing football.
mm,
So that tweet got viral, and the comments there were a lot. And but there were the positive comments, there were negative comments as well. But at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, these men, right? Like, what else do I do? I like you're sitting like um I don't know, somewhere in your home, wearing whatever
yeah.
you're wearing and like eating chips and like writing something on some random
Yeah.
woman's account.
Let's
Good for you.
let's let
That's
me
how your
break it down.
uh,
Yeah.
apparently that's how your mom wants you to be. If she sees this, do you think she'll be okay? But yeah, I
Mm.
just laugh at it right now. Yeah.
Sure. Let me just break it down. So you've just mentioned that you did a collab with Puma,
Yeah.
wearing a sari, kicking a football, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Because it's the first I've heard of it.
Oh, I also like create content around football.
Yeah.
So, like, I've kind of stopped for a year because, like,
Mm,
managing a full time job with
mm.
creating content is like taking a lot
It's
of
hard.
time. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
go back to that game again. But yeah, like, I said, I started like wearing my manuated jerseys in different styles and everything. So I got, and
Mm,
it was for Women's Day as well. That post
mm.
was actually for Women's Day, and I was like, women
Oh
can do
wow.
Yeah.
anything. They can play
Yeah.
football in a sari as well. That's
Yeah.
what the post was about. And
Yeah.
then yeah, it got viral on both Instagram and Twitter. But then yeah, there were like maybe there was like 70, 60% positive comments, but then 40%
Mm,
really negative comments. That it starts from like also female football fans. I know they have a lot of simps. One of the reasons I stopped like tweeting on using Twitter, it becomes a lot, and I don't. That's why I don't see my messages. I'm sorry.
No,
I
no.
know you had a hard time reaching out to me on my
We
messages.
got there in the end.
We got there in the end. I
I
know.
don't
We got
see
there in the
my
end.
messages. Yeah,
Yeah.
it can become a lot. So I don't see
Yeah.
it. You just ignore. Ignorance is bliss at
It
this
is.
point.
It is.
Yeah.
You just leave it because, like, even I think there was a time when I turned my notifications off for about 6 months. The only notifications that were on was my iMessage and my WhatsApp. That's about it. Every sort of social media app was off. But obviously now, like slowly, I'm just slow opening it back up. But I felt so much peace within me. And you feel like, yeah, it's just, you feel like peace about it. It is bliss. But this Puma thing, I think we need to talk more about this because even the negative comments that you got, again, you probably said that you didn't care about it or whatever because you ignored it. But in a way, by the post itself, when you post something about football content, do you expect the good and bad to come out, or do you expect thinking, okay, this is a good post, I'm going to be posting this, I'm going to get some good feedback, or do you just let it be, as in post, leave it, and that's about it?
I know how football fans can be, so I really speculate football content. Like, I if I'm not gonna say the wrong things, or like sometimes I'm not really that opinionated, like how I'm in my football chat, like WhatsApp groups on Twitter, because yeah, honestly, like not right now that I think about it, I don't put myself like 90% what I think about like everything about football, like my opinions on social media, because I can do that when I'm talking to someone. Like I said, I actually have made proper friendships, like from being a female football fan, just a football fan. Forget about being a female football fan, or like have grown a community. Like I also have sometimes when these posts go viral, I actually get football fan followers and actually talk to them about football. They are from different clubs and everything. But yeah, at the end of the day, sometimes I'm not as opinionated as I should be, because I know I'm gonna receive weird
Yeah,
comments and everything. And
yeah,
like, yeah, that's true. Because that's also, like sometimes you send your friends, oh, is this okay, should I post this? My guy friends were like, yeah, maybe not post it. Yeah, it has happened once or
Smart.
twice if I think about
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, when you say it like that, I think the whole opinionated thing it's right. I mean, Akil, me and you had it recently
We had,
with the
yeah,
whole people accusing us of having agendas thing.
yeah, yeah,
But the way I see it is it's free speech, first of all. We are entitled to talk about whatever we want to talk about, and anyone is welcome, whoever you are, like you're always welcome here. If you want to chat to me in my DMs or reply to me on a comment or whatever,
Yeah.
we'll have the conversation. Just be aware that they can, like, I can have an opinion as well as you can have an opinion. We don't necessarily have to agree, but let's be civil about it, and let's not go down the route of abuse or being childish and stop calling each other names and all this sort of stuff that goes on. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you know the backstory behind myself, Akil, and Harps coming together to sort of start this podcast, but it was mainly around the takeover. Because we felt that the way the media was portraying the Qatari bid was very dismissive, very, in a way, racist. And some of the things they were saying, like, oh, he's not real, it's AI, it's this, that, the other. They were saying some quite deep things, and there was accusations about Qatar and sports washing and how it's run as a country and things like this. And, Harps isn't a Muslim, but even he was like, this isn't right. And we just thought, yeah, like, our people need a voice, whether you're Muslim, Sikh, Bengali, Bengali, Pakistani, whatever. Like, we need that voice, and there needs to be more of it in football. And that's how we came about. And we've put up with a lot of it. So have you ever has it ever got racial with you? Has anyone ever taken it down a racial path?
Not really, like not towards me, but I've seen it happen.
Just seen it
I've
happen. Yeah,
seen it
yeah,
happen. They
yeah,
will be basically like, "Oh, you're not from Manchester. You're from
mm,
India. Like, why you, or
yeah,
like you're from Asian countries? Why you supporting? Like, go
mm,
back to your own country." I've seen that on Twitter a lot,
yeah,
but yeah, it just
Yeah,
yeah because people see the female first.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. As a female football fan, yeah. Like honestly, like once I wanted to write, if I had a dollar for the number of times I've been asked if I know what the offside rule
Offside
is,
rulers.
I would be a millionaire.
I mean that's really impressive because I feel like some of the referees don't know what the offside rule is nowadays. It changes every week, so fair play. But what do you think of Man United right now?
I think we had a talk. They should pay for all our therapy sessions, shouldn't they?
Mm.
Have
What do
we
you
got the
think of?
money?
Yeah.
We're a bit
The
broke right now.
the question that I wanted to ask you was, about this Ineos taking control, sporting control, and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
So
what's your expectations? What do you want from all this? Because obviously now Ineos are in control, sporting control. They bought in obviously Jason, obviously Wilcock, Ten Hag's probably going to get sacked as well.
That's an
It's
agenda, man. Why are you saying it for?
yeah.
you guys want Gareth Southgate.
No, I don't want Southgate. We don't want Southgate. But
We want
I heard
Thomas
what's your
the
Tuchel.
dark
opinion?
rumors as well.
Yeah, what's your opinion on that? Obviously, what's your view on it, on all that?
I think it's a good thing because I know the Glazers need to go away, but we
Mm,
need like really nice infrastructure. And I'm not sure if you guys had heard about you. Of course, you had like I think last year, even the female football team they didn't have the proper facilities and everything, and they were really complaining about it.
mm,
So I don't want. I know they also that talks about Old Trafford getting like reconstructed everything. I still wanted like maybe more facilities and maybe sack our medical team. I don't know why all of our players are injured. Basically, find a better medical team. Everyone's injured, but yeah, I think it's a good thing because we get more investment and he's also okay, maybe this also sounds racist in a way when I keep saying it, but the Glazers are Americans, they don't really care about football.
No, I mean, we've got a few American friends, Ryan and Brian. Please don't take offense to that. We love you both.
No,
But
no,
no, like
just Glazers, I mean.
yeah,
yeah,
like
it's the
you are
Glazers
correct.
American, isn't it? Yeah, because obviously you're India, go back to your country. They're American. You want to
Yeah,
get out of the country, innit? You know what I mean? But
No, like
no,
I
that's
think just Glazers. That's why it's like I don't want to sound
yeah,
racist in any
yeah.
kind of way. Just
No,
Glazers. They
I
don't
don't.
care
You know
about
what?
as much as about football. So yeah, at one
Yeah, no,
point I
I don't
wanted
think.
us to be an all money club because I knew they were
Mm,
gonna invest in us and we are gonna get everything at the proper place. Maybe sack almost half of the team as well.
mm. I mean, the manager. Do you want to keep the manager?
Yeah, I think he needs to go now. I actually kind of believe I actually believed in him
Yeah,
when like he got
yeah.
appointed everything. I think I, we we are not a team. We are like a group of players.
Mm,
I think that's what's wrong with us as well. We do
mm-hmm,
not play as a team.
mm.
Sometimes we do, then we win. But yeah, like maybe we need someone who's I don't know. I was just thinking of Sir Alex anyway. Let's not go there again.
those were good times, man. Those were good times.
I really like Jose Mourinho. Mourinho was
Yes,
actually, yeah, I liked him. I
yes.
know
Bring
people
back
don't
Jose.
like him, but like, yeah,
No, bring back
I
Jose.
think he
I'm
was
all
okay.
for
Yeah,
that.
He was
yeah.
needed for that time,
I
even
think you
if
should.
like the changing room culture and everything was a bit toxic. But yeah, maybe
Was
sometimes we
that
You know
need
what?
him
that.
though, or was that the players?
Yeah, it's the players. I think it's the players, but I think I would bring Jose back. But obviously, the next manager, if you was in charge, if you were obviously part of the Ineos decision-making team and stuff, who would you bring in as manager to replace Ten Hag?
I heard Zidane rumors. I'll of course want Zidane to be here, but
You know, no, you know what? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. If you're obviously like everyone's
You can
saying
pick any manager,
any
any
manager.
manager.
just not Alex Ferguson because he's retired
Yeah,
now.
he's gone. He's gone.
Any manager who's available, or any manager who's also is a manager somewhere else.
Any manager in the present time. So available or somewhere else.
I love Ancelotti, but like if I don't, Carlos Ancelotti. I like him. Real
You know
Madrid.
what? She's got
You don't
great
like
ball
him?
knowledge.
Yeah, I know.
Ancelotti's
I
a
know.
bit like, I can see it. I wish it would happen.
Yeah.
But part of me thinks I don't want these players to ruin what Ancelotti has done for football.
True.
And because to me, people used to like, we've had this debate so many times. Akil, you know,
Yeah.
Glazers, players, managers, whatever. We've had it a billion times. We're tired of having it. And to me, the root cause of everything is the ownership because it feeds downwards, right? But also symptomatic of that is the players. They've sacked. So the players are also responsible.
Yeah, of
they've
course.
sacked what, 1, 2, 4, 5 managers now.
Yeah.
So surely someone has to give them a bit of a slap and say, right, come on, lads. If they were Apne, there'd be rolling pins, there'd be chuppels, there'd be all sorts flying around. And they wouldn't have none of this entitlement that they have.
Yeah, they need a proper structure.
But I want to go back to something you said before. We need to sack the medical team. Now, what's the stereotype?
They had Arsenal before, right?
Oh, forget him. He's been a waste. He's been an absolute waste of money.
Yeah.
Like, what has he done? But what are Pakistanis and Indians known for? Or what do people stereotype us as?
Oh. Stereotype. No. So many things. What do you mean?
Medication, paracetamol.
Medication, doctors, innit?
Yeah.
Just hire a bunch of apnea and, no one will ever get injured again. If they do, they'll get told to toughen up and, whatever. And we'll be fine. But it's a really sad state of affairs.
More
when you
brown
think about
presentation.
it. Yeah, well, there is one guy. He's at Tottenham? No, he's not. He's moved recently.
Arsenal, is it?
Is he at Arsenal now? Zaf.
Doctor, yeah, Arsenal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Arsenal. He's at Arsenal.
Yeah, he's at Arsenal.
And he's been at like Crystal Palace, Tottenham, Liverpool, and he's been in the game for like 16 years at the top level as an Asian, as a doctor. And you think, as an Asian who's in football, okay, his parents maybe, why are you going into football for? There's no money in it,
So much money.
medicine card, all this, that, the other. And then he also became a doctor. He's a doctor in football. So he's done the stereotypical thing, but then he's also achieved his own dream. And, all credit to the man. He's been in the Premier League for 16 years, I think. So, if we could get more staff, maybe, I don't know. But players-wise, there needs to be more representation. I know we've got a few. Obviously, we had Zidane at United, and then he went to...
We also had like 2 referees, right? Like Indian origin, recently, PL referees.
Yes, the Singh brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, their dad used to be a referee. So their dad used to wear a pug when he used to referee his games. And that was... Back then, he went that version of viral. Obviously, today's version of viral is totally different with social media, but he was like known for that. And then, you fast forward a whole bunch of years and his sons are now refereeing in the Premier League. Whether they had a great game or not is beyond the point. The point is they've made it. They've achieved it. They've managed to represent for their country, their people, their heritage. And I think that's the most important thing. And that's what a lot of people tend to not see, especially when it comes to brown people. They look at the skin color and they think, oh, go back home, or go work in there, whatever. And a lot of people look past the fact that, look, we can be football fans. It's not all cricket and kabaddi, there's different things for us, and there's so many people in that region of the world that if they were all Man United and Real Madrid fans, they'd fill them stadiums 10 times over.
Yeah.
It
also starts with small steps, right? Like you guys doing this. People are watching and someone else is going to be inspired and they're going to do it. Suppose, I loved creating content on football because I have gotten so many of my girlfriends into football as well, because I'll go to pubs here alone. I'll come with me and they'll start watching with me and they also like it now. Even if, I'll tell them everything. I was like, I know I'm women's planning, but you're going to fall in love with the sport.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's a pretty easy sport to love and it's very simple.
Yeah.
You kick a ball, whoever scores the most wins. There's no complicated rules. Well, yeah, there is. But in its simplest form is very simple. In, whoever scores the most wins. Otherwise, it ends in a draw. But one thing I wanted to ask, and I don't know how to word this, so I'm going to have to be careful. I don't want to ask it and then someone get offended. Screw it. I'm just going to say it how it is.
Just say how it is.
Yeah, that's it. Well, it's a sensitive topic, innit? But do you remember the Chelsea fan? Angry Rant Man. Did you ever hear of him?
Yeah.
Who recently passed away?
I was actually going to mention him, but then I didn't while we were talking about it. Yeah.
No.
When you asked me about here. Yeah, okay.
Was he ever did you ever, when you got into content creation, was he someone you looked at and thought, okay, he made it, maybe I can do it? Like someone that obviously he's a guy, you're a girl, but it's, we've got the same skin color, we're from the same place. Was that sort of a connection there in any way?
Not exactly with him, but I love watching other people who represent someone like me, and I follow their content as well. But I think there's this one, I cannot remember her name now. She's actually a football, a presenter, a reporter. She's brown as well, and she also works with Man United as well.
Is it not
Zara?
Neha?
Yes.
Neha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your friend.
Yeah, that's
She's pretty inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, no matter what I do, I work in creative marketing, but I also want to create content for F1 or football.
Yeah.
That has always been a dream of mine.
This is the thing, because if you've just mentioned Neha, and Neha, obviously, I've followed her career for a couple of years now. Obviously, I'm not going to go into it because I think that's more a bit personal as well. But I know of her, I do know her a bit, but I know of her a lot when it comes to agencies, where she has worked, because she's also worked for obviously the England cricket team, Old Trafford. She's done work for FIFA. Now, her being a Sikh herself, Indian, Asian, is big because she's followed in the footsteps of the likes of Reshma Choudhry, who's been in the game for quite a long time. She's a Spurs fan, but she's been on the FIFA Awards. She's hosted it with Thierry Henry. She's been on TNT Sports presenting Champions League games. It's just the different backgrounds that are all there, and I think this is the inspiration that females need to actually look up to, because they can do anything. Anything is possible when it comes to female. Even if you're Asian or even white, it doesn't matter. Anyone can do it. You just got to put a heart to it as well. And I think obviously what you're doing with the content creating as well, that can lead you to what Neha's doing as well, because I think what Neha's doing is really good. It's inspiring as well.
Yeah.
I would
got something. I'm not gonna share it right now, but it's Yeah, I got an opportunity recently, and it's as huge as that. Yeah,
Well,
hopefully it's
keep that to yourself
gonna
for
sign
now,
a contract.
and
Okay,
the best of luck with it, of
Mm.
course.
thank you.
But something's just clicked in my brain because we keep talking about yourself and your content creation and being a female, and I don't know why it's taken 45 minutes. But you mentioned obviously your outfits and the way you styled them. You've kind of mixed sort of these girls on TikTok, when they like do their makeup and get whatever they call that trend. You kind of mix
It's a
that.
trend right now. It's called bloquette. I used to do that 3, 4 years back. It's a
3, 4
trend
years.
right now when you wear your football jerseys with different outfits. It's a trend right now. It's called
Yeah,
bloquette.
you've kind of mixed the two together, and
Yeah.
so you've in a sense you've like retained a bit of feminism to it, and it still feels a bit girly and a bit softer, and obviously that's
Yeah.
probably what helps the appeal a bit more. And that's really flipping smart. Like,
Because you mix your love and passion for both of your worlds, which are really contrasting, but you mix them together because you love both of them. So yeah, it's
that's
like me going back to being a girly girl after shouting at the screen for 90 minutes straight. It's like, yeah, I can do my
what
makeup afterwards, but I'm shouting at the screen for 90 minutes straight. But then like this is also like I have met other female football fans and other female football creators as well by doing this. And do you guys know about Women in Football? There's a conference. It happens at Wembley,
No.
and
I've
it's
heard of it. I've never looked into it too much.
yeah. Women's football is like on the rise right now. I love how everyone's supporting that. There's so much money behind it right now as well, women's football. So where uh, I don't know how they found me, Budweiser Football, and goal of the month, I think 2 years back, they chose 4 or 5 football fans across the world who did something different about football. There was one Chelsea guy who owns a pub which is Chelsea based. There was an Aston Villa fan who's like a graffiti artist, and there was a female United fan who created content around football. They made videos about all of us, like it was Premier League and Copa 90 and Budweiser Football. They gifted me goal of the month Cristiano Ronaldo's official signed jersey.
I think
Yeah, it's
that's the
like a
one that we
thing
had the
right
video
now.
in
Wow,
it.
I and it's like a huge thing. I own it, and it's gonna be passed on to generations, my kids and my
that
grandkids.
is
Yeah, but
wow.
like I met them at Women in Football, and because they're like, okay, you're a female content creator, football content creator, and let's like networking because women supported women, and you work in football. So I got that opportunity from going to that conference, and
Mm.
now I'm the proud owner of a Cristiano Ronaldo football channel. I was featured in Premier League, so you just never know.
You've
Yeah.
absolutely smashed it, and that's probably the best gift you're ever going to get.
Oh,
So
definitely.
I envy anyone that buys you anything after this, because that's a high bar.
Maybe I can show you on my phone because it's a big thing to carry. It's in my
I think
room.
I think it's on your Instagram, isn't it?
It is on my
It's
Yeah.
Instagram.
the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Onana reel, isn't it? It's
What
the
we'll
one in the
do,
corner.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
there.
we've seen it.
yeah.
Oh my
I've
god,
seen
why
it.
did I make that Onana reel? Never mind.
I like him.
I don't like him.
He needs a chance. He's good. He's decent.
What we'll do as well is obviously when we post the link for everyone that's listening, we'll put down Shweta's Instagram and Twitter for anyone that wants to follow her, and all of her content is on there. So if you want to reach out for any collabs or whatever, just shoot her a message. I think we need to talk as well about some
Yeah.
business.
You might
regarding this.
you might have to wait a few days because she doesn't check her DMs though.
Yeah,
But that's
He
okay.
has a number now.
just come to us. We'll set it up.
yeah, we'll sort it out.
Actually, we don't check our DMs.
Yeah. We're your management team now, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. We only take a 5% cut.
Yeah.
But
Or
guys,
maybe
another thing,
25.
I also work in like creator marketing.
Mm.
So when I have some opportunity for like just like people POC and football, like sports, I'll keep you guys in mind as well. Like that's
Oh,
my
wow.
full-time job. So
Thank you very
appreciate it.
much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
we support
And
each other, right? So yeah.
that's it. And that was actually my next point. I was going to mention AP Dillon.
Okay.
Obviously, the name of the podcast is kind of inspired from that. And yeah, of course. Have you seen his documentary on
No.
Amazon Prime? Okay,
No.
give it a watch because it's really good. But there's a line in there, and he's talking about obviously how he came from India to Canada, and you know he met the guys he's with, and they sort of became his family away from his family. I'm assuming you being in London, and you've probably got a similar sort of setup where
Yeah.
you've got a group of friends that are more like your family, and that's your support network. And he, obviously, all of his guys are somehow in music, whether it's instruments or vocals, or you know, they all have a thing. And he literally says in the beginning, and he says, "We're brown. If we don't hold each other up, who else is going to do it?"
Yeah.
And that applies to obviously what you've just said about female creators there, that support network, that lifting each other up, giving each other that platform to sort of rebound off and go further. But that was, to me, that's so powerful because especially, I mean, I don't know what it's like in India, but in Pakistan especially, we have a very jealous culture. It's very, oh, he's a doctor, he's a lawyer, his son's this, his son's that, his son lives in America. And it's like,
We call it crab mentality in India. Like if you go up, people pull you down. Like
Yeah.
that.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I was just going to ask, is it the same in India?
It is, but like it's the world is not black and white, right? It's gray. So people support you as well, but there are people who are like that. So like I said, ignorance is bliss, because thinking like this is what in Hindi it's called log kya kahenge. If you keep thinking about that, you're never gonna
Yeah.
do whatever you want to do in life. So fuck that and just like bask in the support of the people who love you and who support you, and go ahead and do whatever you want. Yeah.
That's it. And you know what? That's a really good message. But we've got one more thing. We're going to play a little game with you. Okay?
Sure.
Little quick fire game. I'm going to give you two options. Pick one.
Yeah.
Okay? We'll start off
This
easy.
like this or that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
this
this,
or that.
exactly like this or that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start off easy. Messi or Ronaldo?
It's not
Oh,
easy. How is that easy?
I thought the shirt would have been
It is.
obvious.
I know.
Okay, I'll choose Ronaldo because United fan.
Fair enough. Akil,
Ronaldo.
you took your time. I thought it was easy.
No, I thought it was Ronaldo.
It's
No,
not easy.
No, I thought it was only for her, not me.
I beat
We should
inclusive.
base, but I also know
Yeah.
you guys. I should know your
Yeah.
answers as well.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Ronaldo.
Okay, for me, Ronaldo. All right, next
Yeah.
one. Hang on, I had these in my phone. I've come very unprepared. I apologize.
I've got one.
Go on.
Roti or naan?
Naan.
That's a
Naan.
good
Garlic
one.
naan.
Naan for me
Naan.
straight up.
Naan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, naan or travel?
Naan.
Chawal. I'm from east
Naan.
of India. We really
Travel, bro.
eat rice a
Biryani?
lot.
I you know what? I don't mind it, but it needs to be biryani. Other than
Exactly,
that,
biryani.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but if it's not
my cousin
biryani,
is
then I
coming.
can't
She's
do it.
gonna make me biryani tonight. So I'm having biryani finally after a long, long time.
That's amazing. Oh, I've lost the list. Right, I'm going to make them up. All right. Indian weddings in England or Indian weddings back home in India?
Back home in India, it's like a festival.
It's so much like, I mean,
Not
in
the same.
Pakistan, they sort of just rock up a tent in the middle of a street and like a party. And is it the same there?
It's amazing. Like I went to an Indian wedding. Have you seen those Bollywood weddings? Like I was there in January in India. It was like a Bollywood wedding. I was like, what am I watching? This is too extra.
I saw, what's the billionaire whose daughter got married recently?
Ambani.
Ambani.
I saw his daughter's wedding and
Were
apparently
you invited
Rihanna
to it?
Sons,
Was you
no.
invited to it?
I
Oh,
wish.
I was saying Rihanna was there, like Shah Rukh
Yeah.
Khan, Amitabh
Everyone
Bachchan.
was
Like,
there. Like
I
Mark
was like, this-
Zuckerberg was there.
this is like it's like a festival.
It is like a festival. I
Yeah.
think Indian weddings are like festivals. Like
Yeah.
5-day
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Even with Asians, even with the Pakistani weddings, they go on for the whole week.
That's
Like
fun.
from Monday all the way to like Sunday. I've got another one from your list. Desi tea or English tea?
Ooh. Desi tea, but can I say coffee? I'm a coffee
Yeah,
person.
coffee person. Yeah, coffee, but it needs to be desi tea as well, over English
Desi
tea.
tea, masala chai.
I'm English tea.
I'll say
Yeah.
coffee. I'm a coffee person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I have a question. Gigs or
Go on.
schools?
Skulls,
Schools.
skulls.
Paul Scholes,
He scores goals.
only because my sister got me his autograph.
I think it's post skulls.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite player of all
Oh,
time?
Is that for now or overall?
All time.
All
are
time.
we
Mine's
talking football in general or Manchester United?
Your wish.
Bobby
Okay.
Charlton. Bobby Charlton.
Are you that
Just
old?
as a footballer, not as a
No,
human.
he's
Wayne
obviously
Rooney.
when I was young as a baby, he's the first name that I got told, and I got taught who Bobby Charlton was.
Oh, fair enough.
And I was like,
Um,
yeah,
Oh, I said, by the way, just as a footballer, not as a human, but Wayne Rooney, my favorite one.
good shout, you know, Wayne
Rooney's
Rooney,
a good one.
underrated.
I saw a stat the other day that apparently he's the only person in Premier League history to have over 200 goals
Mm,
and over 100 assists.
yeah,
My favorite player, I don't know.
you can't think about it. You can't think about it.
Yeah, this has failed. Zidane. But I wouldn't want him as Man United manager.
Yeah,
just-
I,
I
I
just need
understand
to-
why as well.
See, people get it. Everyone's like, no, Zidane's won Champions Leagues.
Mm,
Did you see the team he won with?
Exactly.
I could have managed that team.
yeah,
My
got-
niece could have managed it.
I've got one more last one. So you've got, obviously you're from India. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down as not the World Cup. No, actually, no, I'll put it the World Cup. India
Wait,
to
hang
win
on,
the
hang on,
World-
hang on. Do you support India or England when it comes to internationals?
India.
Okay, right. Yeah, use India.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was
So,
born there. It's
born
just
in
been
India.
3
Yeah.
years of me living
So-
here. So.
It's India to win the World Cup, or would you rather United to win another Champions League?
United may win another Champions League in the next 10 years, but India, even playing in the World Cup, that is like it's
The dream.
doesn't sound that plausible. So I would prefer that winning the
Yeah.
World Cup. Yeah, you're gonna have like celebrations back to back. Yeah.
For the whole,
Imagine
for the
winning
whole year.
cricket and football World Cup. Yeah,
For the whole year, it'll be in India, like celebration non-stop in India.
like
For the
Diwali.
whole year, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They make a stopless drama about it.
Yeah.
Because it's never gonna happen, so I would choose that because I know
Yeah.
like in the next 10 years United might win, we might get a good manager. You don't know, like, yeah, I'm hoping in the next 5 years we are a good team again, but yeah.
I'm hoping next season we're a good team again. But
Yeah,
I've run out of patience, and I'm
we
also
can
not
be their
bothered.
Lulu.
Yeah, I'm also a little bit not bothered anymore. I'm kind of like just get the season over with. There's nothing to look forward to. Just bring on the Euros.
Oh,
And
you guys
maybe
support
the
England
Olympics.
for the Euros, right? Of course you do.
No,
No.
see. This is the thing with. So while I was growing up, Akil probably. I mean, there's only a couple of years between us, so it's probably the same for you. I grew up on England playing in Old Trafford because Wembley was getting demolished and rebuilt. I think 6 of the England 11 were all Manchester United players. And it was very much the chant around Old Trafford used to be stand up if you hate Man U. There was obviously the Beckham situation and
Yeah.
various other situations, Rooney, Ronaldo, and I've just never felt connected with England. So just I don't enjoy internationals unless it's a tournament. And even then, I don't really support a team. I'm just I just like watching good football.
Yeah. When it comes to international, I've got England, but I've also got France. But the reason with France is I've lived in Paris for about nearly 2 years. And my auntie lives in Paris. So she's lived in Paris for, God knows, 30, 40 years. So obviously, whilst I was there living with her and her husband and their kids, I just grew into that French kind of style and everything. And I just got to learn to love for France. So for me now, it's either England or France. But then it's as an outsider, I think one of the first leagues that I watched was the Italian Serie A back when I was younger. Just learning about the league itself, that grew me to watch obviously the Italy international team. So it's more or less England, France, or Italy, England, or France. But if I had to choose, it'd be England because I'm born from here. So
I was about to say you're about to get a load more hate than you normally do.
Yeah, I know. Bring them on.
Yeah, bring it, man.
I'm not gonna say the team I support in internationals.
No,
now that
come
I'm
on.
living in England.
No, come on.
Okay, while growing up,
we've got your back. Always remember that.
while growing up, that midfield was everything. The German midfield. I love those players. So I always supported Germany. I have German jerseys and everything, but I don't wear them after moving to London.
That's probably a smart idea.
Yeah, I know.
But I can't disagree with you because the German team was something special.
It was everything while growing up. Now it's shit, I know, but it was everything while growing up. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're on their way back. They're on their way back.
Yeah.
So they might do something in the Euros. We'll see.
We'll see. It's happening in Germany, so home advantage.
I'm not bothered who wins. I'm just I just want to see some goals. See some good football, and I want the United players to do well. So, I mean, looking at the current squad,
I'm thinking who will do well.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who would do well internationally, and it's probably England.
Yeah.
Copa America this summer.
Bruno Fernandes, Portugal.
Are they going to have Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They've got a big shot of winning,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Portugal. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Aki, anything else?
No, I think that covers all of it.
Shweta, anything else you want to mention?
Nope, I was just looking at the starting lineup. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, who is it? Because I've not even checked.
We've got the same defense. So you got
Casemiro centre back there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
1 sec. Yeah, Dalot, Casemiro, Maguire,
why is he not playing?
Oh, he's not playing.
He's not even on the bench.
He's injured, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you got Eriksen, Kobe Menu, Anthony Fernandez, Garnacho, and Højlund.
Okay, you know what? I'm glad it's not on TV. Because that sounds painful.
Yeah, imagine struggling against Sheffield United. Of course we will.
Oh, we've struggled against everyone. It's nothing new at this point.
Yeah. Last but not least, before we go, and up to your prediction for the game today.
1-1 maybe. Scott McTominay comes and scores a late winner. 2-1.
He's on the bench.
If that comes true, then we want to make that clip go viral.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we predicted that 8 minutes before kickoff.
Okay.
My prediction 2-0 United. I said that about commentary and look what happened.
Yeah,
I still think we're going to concede one, knowing us.
I think it'll be 2-1 United. 2-1 United.
I just hope we win.
Yeah.
I don't care if we don't play well. Just win. Like,
yeah. At this point, yeah.
I'll take a bunch of own goals from Sheffield.
Yeah.
That being said, Shweta, it's been an honor. Thank you so much. It's
Thank
been
you so
lovely
much
chatting
for
to you. Aki, bro, I don't need to thank you, but thank you anyway.
Yeah.
And guys, thanks for listening. Like we said, Shweta's socials will be down below. So hit her up for anything or come through us and, we'll connect you. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. And we'll see you on the next one.
All the best for the match. Bye.
Bye bye.